Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about something that I found that is so confusing, so weird, so stupid. I just had to check it out. Like, seriously, I do not know where this idea came from. Like, it literally baffles me that this idea exists. Like, I have nothing more to say. Let's just get into the video. And by the way, I got a new mic. If you like the sound, please like the video because, I don't know, this mic's pretty neat and it comes with a bloody stand as well, which I found pretty cool. So we all know what internet trolling is. People just spending all of their time on the internet and not actually contributing anything positive to the communities that they are in, just to get the attention that they seek so badly because their parents neglected them when they were children because they knew that there was no point giving attention to such a mindless, brain-dead piece of shit. Okay, sorry for that rather emotional sidetrack, but we all know what it is. Trolling has been a part of the internet since forever, and most of us are just used to ignoring them. But a few days ago, I saw the following headline, and so many questions came to my head that I just had to make a video about it. So the headline reads, the Australian government has attempted to crack down on cyberbullying and trolling by trying to pass a law that would impose a 110,000 Australian dollar fine on anyone who was found, quote unquote, to anyone who bullies, offends, or trolls on websites and social media platforms. Now, if you don't know how much an Australian dollar is, $1 Australian dollar is equal to around 78 cents. So we are looking at a fine of $83,548 or £61,688. Now, after reading that, you know that I have numerous problems with this, but perhaps the biggest one is, where do we draw the line? Like, what is considered bullying, offending, and trolling from a legal standpoint? If you accidentally lash out and call someone an idiot on the internet, would a $110,000 fine really be justifiable? No, obviously not. However, if someone is harassing someone day after day, leaving really vulgar stuff on their posts constantly, then okay, legal punishment may be justified in certain occasions. But 110,000 Australian dollars, I don't think that people who spend all of their time on the internet can afford to pay up that amount of money. Like, anyone who actually trolls is either a 30-year-old brony living in his mum's garage or a 13-year-old idiot who doesn't know what they're doing. Neither of these people have the income streams to pay a $110,000 fine, and it will just go to their parents or something, or to their friends. Actually, no, if you're an internet troll, you don't have any friends, you're just a mindless piece of shit. But seriously though, the fines won't actually affect the trolls. If anything, it will affect their parents and their family, who will be forced to pay the fines because the trolls themselves don't actually have any income streams. Like, it should be a maximum 500 Australian dollars. Like, I really don't see any need for it to go over that. Like, if you're going to go over that amount, if you're going to go to 110,000 Australian dollars, you may as well just imprison them. It'll be a lot cheaper on both parties anyway. Like, honestly though, if you get a fine for telling someone to shut up on the internet, then that's the biggest L you will ever take. At that point, you might as well go to Malaysia and live the rest of your days out as a Buddhist monk because you clearly failed in modern society. And trust me, it's really not that hard to fail in this society. Like, there are idiots who don't have jobs and they're still revered by, like, half of society as great activists when they're really just trying to make a cash grab for attention. Like, there's really no point in, like, how are you even going to fail? Okay, tangent aside, my second point is, isn't this a violation of our rights? Like, I know this won't affect me because I'm from Britain, but surely imposing fines on people because they say things on the internet sounds quite, I don't know, totalitarian. Like, if you are getting fined for telling someone that they are stupid, wouldn't that break the laws on freedom of speech? Like, it says here on the Australian government's own website that Australia is party to 7 core international human rights treaties. The right to freedom of opinion and expression is contained in the Articles 19 and 20 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, also known as the ICCPR. This is their own website, okay? It then goes on to say that you will need to consider the right to freedom of opinion and expression if you are working on a legislation, a policy, or a program that regulates the content of any speech, publication, broadcast, display, or promotion. Now, I don't know about you, but this fine being imposed kind of sounds like regulation of speech, which would break the ICCPR. Kind of backtracked on yourself, haven't you, Australia? My last point is that the rule only applies to Australia. What happens if the trolls are in the United States? Would they be subject to the law if the servers were hosted in Australia? or the victim was Australian, like, will they go international with this fine? Australia isn't even in the top 20 countries for amount of population online, so this law would really only affect a small amount of people. The law won't really do anything in the grand scheme of things. If you commit the offence in the UK and you go on holiday to Perth or Sydney, which are both Australian cities, can they fine you even though you committed the offence in the UK, where it isn't even a crime? Also, imagine if the fine was implemented internationally, worldwide, and let's say that 5% of the people on the internet have either said something harmful or trolled someone, which is really a huge underestimate, because in my social group, literally everyone has said something bad on the internet, which perhaps they shouldn't have done. Now, if there are 4.66 billion internet users, which is over half the population, then that means that 233 million people would be fined at least, which is more people than the population of Brazil, which is like the 5th biggest country in the world. Also consider that if all of those people were fined the maximum 110,000 Australian dollars, those people would be fined a total of, wait for it, 25,630,000,000,000 Australian dollars, which equates to 14,530,220,538,484 British pounds and 14 pence. That's almost the same amount as the GDP of the United States of America, which has the highest GDP in the world. Makes the entire thing really stupid and makes it sound like just a really bad cash grab from the government, really. Alright, that was me, guys. If you do agree or disagree with any points made in this video, just comment them down below. Honestly, I do not see this law going anywhere, and if it somehow does pass, Fitz, Lannon, Krazier, we have a spare room in the attic. It hasn't got a bathroom, but you should do just fine. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys.